to KayFabe Wrestling Talk. This is where you come to hear how wrestling should be talked about. Handsome Nick Hanlon here. Matthew Barnaby. This is KayFabe Wrestling Talk. Make sure you like and subscribe. Matt, how's it going?
It's going.
Another
It's
day, another.
going. Well, I mean, we're gonna get into it, but not the best week for wrestling. I'll tell you that much right now.
When I saw only 120 minutes of SmackDown, I'm like, oh, Raw's going to kick its ass. I was wrong, which we'll get into. Let's talk about SmackDown first, but it was, let's call it a little effort. I don't even know what the word is. It just didn't seem like anybody gave a shit this week. Maybe they're all hungover from July 4th. I don't know.
Well, they take the. I think this is why Raw was started at 6 last week, so they could tape SmackDown because it's a holiday. So this was not live.
Okay, and SmackDown's 2 hours now, so that's why it's shorter.
Yeah, 2 hours with commercials ends up being like an hour and 20 minutes. I will say SmackDown since January has run longer than Raw, and I'm starting to feel it. Right?
Oh, it's too much.
Since Raw went to Netflix, it's been 2.5 hours at most.
I'm often falling asleep in the last match.
Yeah, SmackDown has been a slog sometimes to get through. So I like that it's back to 2 hours. I'll take that. That's a win.
100%. I like it. When I saw the time, because usually you watch it for 2 hours with commercials, that's what you're used to, but then you see an hour 20, you're like, ooh. But it wasn't bad. SmackDown wasn't bad. So let's start at the top. Fatu beating everybody up in the car.
Yes.
There needs to be more of Fatu beating everybody up.
Yep, agreed.
Let's
agreed.
Just put
that
it
was fantastic.
Out there. We're not doing our list thing today. We're just going to go over the deets because Matt's lazy.
Yep, that was me.
And there was a lot of really shitty stuff, so it's really hard to talk about the shitty stuff when everything is best of. So we're just going to go through it, and then we're going to shit on stuff. Does that sound?
Sounds great.
Let's call it the shit on cast. Shit cast.
There you go.
Shit in your mouth cast.
Oh, that's a good turn.
The milking table cast. Oh, never mind. That's my weekend. So Cody starts Raw, right? Basic promo so far. Just going over King of the Ring, left a piece of himself fighting Randy and Jay. Here comes Randy. And Orton says the only reason Cody won is because he hesitated and Cody did not, and he respects him for that. He tells him not to squander the opportunity. Make sure you kick John Cena's ass. What do you think so far? I thought Randy's was pretty good. Randy's getting real good at promos lately.
Much better than he used to be.
Totally.
Much better. This was good, and
which is odd when you're in the twilight. You're in the twilight of your career and you're getting better at promos.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's good.
He's you can tell he's got a completely different attitude than when he first started. Right? There's no chip on his shoulder at this point, and he's having a lot more fun. And it comes through in everything he does. So
it seems like he's enjoying it.
I am pro Randy right now. He's been fantastic in the last couple of years.
So what's good about watching Cody too? You can tell he loves it, genuinely. They both love it. And here comes Drew. Now Drew making fun of
this.
him making fun of Randy and Cody sounding like girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yeah, no,
who
you
were trying to hang up.
No, you
hang up. That was down for one of my quotes of the week, by the way. If we did that. I just have you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Shut the hell up. Possible quote of the week. Drew says Randy's gone soft. Only a few years ago, he was punting Legend's head off. The legend of Randy is dead. Turns to Cody, says he wants Cody to win because he wants to fight Cody. Yep. So I guess everybody hates Cena right now because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, everybody in that locker room is probably not thrilled with what's going on with Cena right now.
Well, the thing is, you're going to have a match with Cena, it's going to be half-assed. These guys are talent. These guys are wrestlers. They want to have matches. They don't want... And it's cool to have this... we're getting to Cena. Cena hasn't even gone on the screen, but he was mentioned. It's just chaos matches. Every match now is chaos with him. And that's cool once in a while. Like WrestleMania 40 with Cody. I mean, that was a chaos match. Cool.
It was.
But, not all his matches. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Right? So, now every single time there's some sort of swerve, there's interference, multiple people a lot of the time, and it just turns into chaos, which It's fun to watch, but noticeable when the guy can't put on one clean match other than R-Truth.
When it's all the time, yeah.
So, and that's interesting. Drew said that it seemed like a subtle backhand to that. He didn't say like he didn't diss Cena or whatever, but the message is there.
He doesn't want to fight Cena. He wants to fight. He wants to fight Cody.
The message is there. Like it's not like he likes Cody, right? But it's like I don't want to fight this half-assed old man. You can't wrestle anymore. I mean, Hulk Hogan was wrestling better at Cena's age now. You know, back in 2002 when he was, beating Triple H for the belts, he was having some good matches. Ric Flair was having some good matches when he was an old man. It was like last year WWE, man. He knew how to tell a story, and it wasn't always chaos. Cena can't do it anymore. I don't. Again, he hasn't hit the screen, but I hate him so much.
So fired up.
Anything else? What do you got to say about all that stuff?
So you love John Cena is what you're telling me. No, I got nothing else. I was really happy to see Drew back. I mean, he's a smug little prick, but I did miss him. So
he's the best on the mic. He always tells the truth. He's somebody you can look up to. It's great to see him back. Kids, be a Drew when everybody else is being a Cena.
I don't know, man. I think people only look up to him because he's like 6'6". I don't know if there's
story of my life.
To do that. Right?
But he hits his head so often. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair put into the #1 contender match for the tag team champion. Flair's not happy. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte snapping at each other backstage was pretty funny. Any comments on that? They fought. I think the next match was them fighting.
I mean, I think it was the most tolerable Charlotte has been. Usually I just can't stand it, but she was normal this time. I don't know. But I like their interactions. I love.
She was almost likable, even in the match. But Alexa Bliss had a good line where she was like, "Honey, you haven't been in the spotlight for a long time. I'm trying to get you back in there."
Yeah.
Now,
and I think it's working.
It shows how little respect to this Evolution pay-per-view, though, is when they're making these matches this last minute.
Yeah.
Like they made several matches. We'll even talk about it, but they haven't promoted it like at all. Like they're making matches like now. It's Saturday.
Yeah.
And there's several matches like we'll go through, and there's some matches they make during these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And I was watching, and we'll talk about it in a minute. But I was watching the Bubba Ray Dudley's podcast with that annoying guy. He's talking about Tiffy time. We'll get into that in a second. So, what do you think about the match? Do you remember anything?
Other than some, a couple of blind tags between Charlotte and Alexa, and she kind of steals the pin at the end with her Twisted Bliss on both. Who's it? Alba Fire and
Julie.
Michin, B-Fab, Alba Fire, and
I got it.
Why can't I think of
B-Fab, Michin, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte. Was it a 2-match? Was it?
It was a 3. It was a 6.
Right, it was 3.
Piper Niven. Oh my God.
Oh, Piper. Yeah, I'm looking at her name right now. Piper Niven doing her little cannonball flip over. Got you. Piper doing her little cannonball flip over, and then what the hell's her name again? Piper's tag team partner going to the top rope, doing a suicide dive on everybody.
Yeah,
that was a really cool spot. Maybe my holy shit, but anyway. You know what? I have Beef Rap's roundhouse kick. I didn't understand what I said, obviously. Beef Rap's roundhouse kick to Piper. That was great stuff. Piper had the best facial expression when she got kicked. She was like,
yeah.
It was so great.
Yeah, she's very leggy, B-Fab. Very leggy.
Yeah, B-Fab's, I think she's going to be one to watch. Alba and Julia does the Canadian Destroyer. Wait, Alba up Jarvis? Alba, somebody? Who did the Canadian Destroyer? Was it Piper's partner? Alba Red?
Yeah, it was Alba Fire.
Red?
Yeah,
that was awesome, and they actually called it a Canadian Destroyer. That was fun.
Yeah.
And Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, of course, win because they're going to move on to Evolution. It's the obvious. Who else is going to win that match, right?
Yeah, it's not even a real tag team. I hate it when they do that. They put two random people together and they win a match, and it's like, man, tag teams are there's tag team chemistry for a reason.
Yeah, that's
Whatever,
true.
whatever.
I mean, they've been doing that for years. I mean, Randy Orton's been in 15 tag teams.
Yeah, yeah.
Jericho, how many tag teams that guy been in?
Oh,
Dear
so
Lord.
many.
Y2 Big Show, Y2 RKO, whatever. All these, whatever. That was pretty cool, though, seeing Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss kind of messing around in the ring, kind of nudging each other, hugging, just kind of playing around.
Yeah,
Flair actually
yeah.
looked like she enjoyed being there. She wanted
Like
to be
you
there.
said, it's the first time she's been likable in quite some time.
Yeah, I enjoyed the match. Good match. I did possible match of the week. Again, we're not doing that this week, but that is what I have written down. What's going on with this weird storyline with everybody against the Wyatts now? Is it
Right?
stupid? Is it stupid or is it just me? I think it's stupid.
I think it's stupid that like all these tag teams who hate each other have been fighting for the last 6 months are all in a room together trying to figure out what to do with the Wyatts. Like that's weird to me, right? Like if I was Street Profits or Fraxium, I wouldn't want to be in the same room as DIY. I don't care,
Exactly. It makes no
right?
sense.
I'll just fight the Wyatts. Like
They're
just
trying
bring
to
it
make the
on.
Wyatts seem like supernatural, and it's making them look even stupider what they're doing. And then they have this match where it's like one person from each tag team against four of the Wyatts.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
What is going on?
Yeah.
What the fart is going on? The only thing good about that match, and I mean, there were some good spots with some of the little fellas there. Um, I mean, we need to see Uncle Howdy in some matches first of all,
Yeah.
because he's done one match. Like, how many solo matches has he had since he's been back? Has he had one?
I think
Can
he's
he
only had
wrestle?
one.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Freaking Wyatt, buddy, the guy at Bray, he was fighting all the time. And we got this guy wearing a stupid mask with a stupid grin, just standing around doing nothing. The best part about that team right now is Rowan. I hope it changes because
I was going to say the same thing.
But Rowan going in there, that guy is thick.
See his spinning back kick? And it was
big.
high too.
Yeah, he's good, man. Making people look like children. It should just be, it should be Rowan, Uncle Howdy, the girl. The other two should be in NXT still because they're sloppy.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Or they don't have, as you would say, their tag team chemistry. Because the one match they had, crap. They were crap in that match last night or on SmackDown. I hate bashing it. I love wrestling, but I mean, you see it, right?
Yeah.
And this 4-on-4, it's so stupid. Anyway, that was probably, I think I have it down for cringe.
It was upsetting.
Oh, I got a big note here. This match was hard to watch because the Wyatt Six, none of them are great except for Rowan. We're not allowed to do such, like, they're not doing any wrestling. I don't even know what he will look like in about, what am I doing here? Fucking stupid texting. Voice to text. I don't know. I dissed him here. My thing didn't work. Anyway, Rowan was the only thing worth watching.
I'll agree to that. I think he's awesome. He's a great big man.
It was,
but yeah, kind of disappointing.
Stupid. You can't make them look
I want them to
huge.
be better.
Yes, they should be so much better.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then okay, so now we got probably the worst promo this year. We got Tiffy Time out there deciding who she's going to fight at Evolution. Why is she deciding? I don't understand why she's deciding who she's fighting. I don't understand. For some reason, Jade Cardell comes down.
One person got to decide, so now every champion gets to decide. It's stupid.
Okay. And then here comes Trish, and for some reason I love seeing Trish.
Yeah,
love it.
For some reason, she's just backstage hanging out.
For some reason, she's just there. And they're having their little promo against each other while Jade Cardell is just standing there awkwardly. What is going on? Who gives a shit? Does anybody care? Why is Tiffy a face? Why? She's the most bad guy person ever. What the fuck is going on? She's got a backflip and an entrance. This is what Dudley was saying. He was like, I just don't care. Nobody cares. What's the point? What has she got?
So one thing I noticed and when I was watching it, and which just reminded me, it just Tiff and Jade sound like they're trying to read from a script in their head that they've tried to
100%.
memorize, right?
Yeah.
But when you have someone like Trish who's out there who can ad lib with the best of them at this point in time, she's been doing it so long, right? It's noticeable when she says, she might have a note that says, I want to mention this and this, and she does it naturally, and she just says it. What's on her mind? How she
Just
says
talking.
it. Whereas both Tiff and Jade seemed like they were like, and then and then
Well, Tiff just seemed like she was trying to get to Tiffy time. It's almost like she was that's all she wanted to do is say, it's Tiffy time.
yeah.
It's just, and you got a legend like Trish involved in this crap.
Now, how happy were you when Naomi came out?
That was awesome. Naomi's the best. She should be like, she hit Jade, right? I mean, I can't wait till she's champion. She's such a good, that laugh on her is great. She's got
psycho.
The perfect size of butt where I don't feel intimidated. Another inch, I couldn't, get anywhere. Would you say poor Jimmy? Poor Jimmy. But it did come out with a beautiful quote by Wade Barrett. My biochemistry is suddenly having its own 4th of July fireworks now that Trish Stratus showed up.
Yes, he was very happy that Trish showed up.
Hilarious. Great seeing Trish, awesome. You can tell how little WWE's put into this pay-per-view, like I mentioned earlier. They're making the championship match this close. It's next week. Jade standing around. Trish and Tiffy was really awkward. Total shit. Shit.
Jade was only there to set up the match between her and Naomi, which is another match they booked last minute for Evolution.
Just a pile of cock and shit. Right, so we got the main event, I guess. Fraxium. What is it? What is it?
It's not the main event yet, but it's Fraxium
versus Andre.
The tag team. I said that there should be a tag team going forward. I said that last week. I said these guys have chemistry. Andrade and Rey Fenix. These two work so well together.
Easily match of the week.
Yeah.
Such a good match. 3 Amigos by Andrade. Look great.
He does it well. He does it right. A lot of people try it and it just doesn't look athletic.
Even Chavo. And then right after he finishes 3 Amigos, Rey Fenix. Is Rey Fenix?
Yeah.
Rey Fenix hits the splash. Amazing sequence. Andre looking really good. He actually looks like he's having fun. And I think that's probably because he's with Ray right now and he's getting some time. I don't know if he was being punished for getting divorced by Charlotte maybe for a little while.
Yeah, right?
You think he's in the doghouse for that?
Even before that, he had his best of 7 with Mello, which I thought was really good.
That was fun.
But they didn't do anything really after that.
It turned into nothing.
And Andrade's matches are so friggin' good. He can really go in the ring. Like
he reminds me of Paige's ex.
Alberto Del Rio.
I mean, come on, he puts on amazing matches back in the day. He's got
that
style. He's a little
Del Rio
smaller.
vibes. He does have Del Rio vibes.
He's got that Del Rio style to him. Hard-hitting Mexican style, because he's not really. I mean, I know he's luchador background, but he's not really luchadoring.
No,
there's a little bit, but it's real strong style Mexican style. There is a bit of flippy. There is a bit of that. Rey Fenix has a 619, catches himself, gets kicked directly in the face. That was awesome. Andrade chop to Frazier. Ow. Spanish fly off the top rope by Andrade, and then that Frazier guy does like a 460 splash.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that was. He does a forward flip and a spin or something. Like I was like, what? I don't even count that. It was crazy though. It was a great match. Rey Fenix and Andrade for the win. I love seeing Andrade getting some love. That's all I gotta say about that.
That's was going to be like my surprise of the week, right? Fraxium has not lost yet. That's their first loss on SmackDown.
Right. Okay.
And it was given to them by an unofficial, although probably now official tag team, like a brand new tag team.
Really should have sold that by the announcers, by the way. They didn't really mention that.
No. So, that's a big deal, man. I thought that was very cool. And I know we see it almost every week now, but it still doesn't get old for me. And that is when Rey Fenix runs across the top rope and punts the guy in the head halfway through between posts. Like, man,
best top rope running or walking move since Undertaker's thing.
Oh, easy. Like
Right?
it's
awesome.
so cool. And I've
I
seen
don't know how he
some
does it. It
people
looks like
try
a
it
cartoon.
before. I've seen people do it before, and sometimes it's only like 2 steps or 1 step because they're really close to the turnbuckle. But he does it to people on the other side of the ring. It's so amazing
It's
how he stays
insane.
up there. Yeah, it's
Would
so
you
cool.
say that Ray Phoenix is doing better than Penta?
Penta? Yeah. Well,
I think he's adopting to the style better or something. I think Penta's putting on some good matches. I think he's still kind of getting his footing in WWE.
so I feel like he really went the other way. I think he's really in that WWE mode because he's not doing half the stuff he did in AEW. Whereas Ray
Who,
Phoenix is
Ray?
just
Oh, Penta.
Penta, right? His matches are these are the slowest matches of Penta I've ever seen,
Now, do you
right?
think this has something to do with him not being in a tag team? Because most of his career he is in a tag team. I
I
mean,
don't
he's
know.
had some
That's a
good
good
solo
question.
matches,
That's a
but
good
most of
question.
his best stuff is with Ray Phoenix.
You remember Lucha Underground?
Yeah.
You got to look up, and I forget what she went by back then, but Penta and Chelsea Green had like a hardcore match, intergender
Oh, yeah, I've
hardcore
seen
match.
that. Yep. I've seen that.
Holy shit! Wow. I mean, first of all, Chelsea just crushes it. But these two beat the living crap out of each other. It was unbelievable. So I feel like he's gotten a little slower, maybe, and Ray has not um, gotten rid of any of his offense from where he's done everywhere else. He's just been able to slide it into these matches a lot easier. So I think
He's
his
just adapting way
wrestling
better.
is more exciting to watch. But is he doing better than Penta? Penta just main evented Raw against Seth Rollins. So
That's
I
a good
don't
point.
I don't know if he's doing better, but I enjoy Ray's matches more.
That's what I meant. Just the matches seem better. Like I don't know. The matches are better in my opinion. I just like his style, and that
He's
wasn't
very
the case
exciting.
in AEW for sure.
No,
I like
he's
them
super
both,
exciting.
I guess, but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pause this. I just got
Okay.
food in the oven. I'm just gonna check on it.
All right, there we go.
All right. So that. Oh yeah, right. So I forgot to watch this last match. Actually, I turned it off because I was falling asleep because I watched it right after Raw. Do you remember anything about the Fatu Jimmy versus Solo JC? Because I had missed it.
Well, so I mean,
know
if
they
you're
only
gonna
had
do the
9
whole
minutes.
do the whole thing. After the previous match, after the Fraxium match, Damian Priest and Aleister Black run into each other. Right, Aleister's facing R-Truth next week. Excuse me. Right, and Aleister Black says, Priest is a good guy right now, but violence begets violence, and Priest is like, "What makes you think I'm a good guy?" And he walked away. So I thought
All
that
right.
was
Who
fun.
was he talking to when he said that?
Damian Priest was talking to Aleister Black.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so they're setting up Priest Black.
Yeah.
So
Um.
who's the heel here?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but Priest just said, I'm not a good guy. But we'll see
So is
because
he
it's going to be Aleister Black versus R-Truth next week. So two
Right.
fan favorites. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, earlier in the show, Jimmy runs into Jacob, and they decide they're going to tag up. So it's Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu versus JC Mateo and Solo Sikoa. And honestly, it was a mostly forgettable match.
Right.
To be honest with you.
I mean, they had 8 minutes, 9 minutes, so
Yeah, almost
I only
9
remember that
minutes.
because I was like, I got to turn it to this spot, and I just totally forgot about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fairly meh, right? Jimmy, plays the role of the guy in peril, and Fatu gets the tag and he cleans house, headbutts Solo Sikoa 10 times, which was fun, and his hip attacks are just nasty into the turnbuckle. I friggin' love those things.
Who Fatu?
Yeah,
He's a future. I mean, we got a lot of futures right now. We got Breaker, we got Reed, we got Fatu.
yeah.
We got a lot of people that are going to be taking over for some people that are probably going to leave in the next 5 years, which is good.
Oh, 100%.
Which is good to see. You don't want to do a Saturday Night Live 1988 situation where you redo the whole staff, right? You gotta
Yeah, you got to do it
bring them in
slowly
slow,
over time.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So I mean, the match was honestly mostly forgettable. It wins. Fatu gets the Impaler DDT, and then his moonsault, and he gets the pin. He gets the win. So I was kind of surprised at that. Um, Now, of course, afterwards, um, you get Tonga Loa and the newly crowned Tala Tonga out to do the triple power bomb through the announce table on Fatu, to end the show. So
that's exciting.
Jimmy and Fatu are out cold by the end of the night. But yeah, I thought that was interesting that Fatu still got the pin and still won. I kind of imagined that
But didn't win the
Solo's
war.
yeah, no, true, but you figured Solo would get the pin. He's the champ now, right? Show him he's strong, and then
He's like the
have
big
his team
heel
come down and
jobber.
do the beatdown. But
The big
yeah,
heel
it
jobber.
ended with a beatdown, so we'll see. I mean, overall not the. I mean, I'd give it a 5, maybe a 5.5 for out of 10 on that one for SmackDown.
So SmackDown wasn't bad. It was a good watch, good short watch. Now let's get into Raw.
Let's talk about Raw.
Um, this was tough. This was a tough 2 hours. It was a hard 2 hours. So we start with the Heyman family. This wasn't bad, because you can tell they're setting up Braun Breaker, pissing off Seth, right? You can see it right away.
Yeah,
He comes down and Heyman does his little mic pass, and Strowman just grabs it, and they're talking, right? And then Strowman does his not Strowman. What did
Strowman.
I just say? Strowman.
Braun,
Breaker.
because this is Braun Strowman. Yeah, Braun
So
Breaker.
many bees. Breaker grabs the mic. I love his promo. I don't like Sami Zayn. I don't like his ugly face. I don't like his stupid beard. I don't like his music. I don't like that people sing his music. Great little promo by Breaker. Great to hear him talking. Um, him jacking the mic off of Seth. That was a really cool moment
Yeah, they
because
all
these
look
guys have been
surprised.
really just playing security guards lately. So it's nice to see them do
Take
something
some
else.
take some charge out of it. So I remember writing it down before I lost my stuff. But I wouldn't call it promo of the week, but that was Braun Breaker's best promo.
That was Braun Breaker's best
He
promo.
came across natural, very natural talking on the mic. That was better, way better than I thought it was going to be. It was really, really good.
Yeah, he didn't Brock Lesnar it. He can actually talk,
Yeah.
which is good. He needs to talk more. I don't know about this. Well, this is just a means to him ending up fighting Seth, I assume, eventually, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll wait till Seth has the title run. I don't know how they're going to do that, but um, I would say the biggest pop of the night was Paul Heyman.
Man, that was so loud. My
But he goes,
name is Paul Heyman. Like you couldn't even
just
hear him.
that. My name is
Yeah.
Paul Heyman. The Paul Heyman part. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was super
He's
loud.
over. He's the most over character. He's up there with Colt Rhodes and
Yeah.
CM Punk. Like
Yeah,
he's
agreed.
so over, even though they boo him when they're supposed to boo him, right? But
Yeah.
man,
Agreed.
people love him. He's the best on-screen talent since like Bobby Heenan. He's such a conceited dick, but he's so good. He's just so good on the mic. It's a beautiful. It's an art.
He's very
It's
good.
just a beautiful thing hearing him on the mic.
What do
And
you
then
think
finally,
of Bronson Reed's promo? I mean, it wasn't as long or anything like that. It was pretty quick. Um, but he's ready to find a way to get rid of CM Punk. Talked about how he tsunami'd Seth Rollins 6 times, and he
and that's why I brought
tsunami'd
him into the group.
the respect into him. Which I thought was interesting. Not it wasn't as strong as Braun Breaker, but it like you said, it's
It
nice
was
to see
good.
him
He
both
needs to
talk.
work on it, but it's good to see him
It's
talking.
nice to see him both talk. Yeah.
I really don't know if Bronson Reed fits this group.
It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't
Right?
feel like
He's a
it.
bit of a fish out of water.
Yeah.
Like he should be really doing his own thing. Like having him stand behind anybody doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Like he should be just dominant. But I don't know. Judgment Day segment was pretty funny.
Judgment Day was fantastic. Before that, I guess Heyman runs into Penta and they like curse at each other in Spanish. I thought that was fun.
Oh yeah, and then
apparently
Breaker's like, "You
Spanish,
better don't speak to him like that," or whatever. Yeah.
The Judgment Day segment was fantastic.
They had a memorial set up for Alexa,
like a shrine for
like she's dead
for Liv for
Liv.
They had a shrine. They had a shrine to Liv, and when Roxanne went to leave, she gave it rights.
Very Mexican. Very
it was so friggin' funny. That was fantastic. And then Dom gets a get well soon cake from AJ Styles, and Dom turns around and AJ's like peeks his head out of the curtain. It's so stupid. So stupid. Dom's like, I got a doctor's note, and try to chase after with his doctor's note. So and then stupid.
He does one of these with the cake. I got a doctor's note. Oh.
Yeah,
he's eating that cake.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I thought that was really good. That was definitely segment of the week for sure.
So good start.
Yep.
Right. So we got Roxanne versus Kairi Zhang, and this match was just sloppy. I don't know why. It was a bad match.
It wasn't a great.
Especially the first like 10 minutes. It was so like nobody was hitting each other. They were missing stuff. Yeah. It was, I don't know. I mean, Kairi did a backflip. Backflip, knee to head by Kairi, saying that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I got written down. It was just an overly sloppy match and a short match.
Yeah, and I don't understand it. You'd think, because Rodriguez came down, Raquel came down, or was there to help and cost her the match. They've cost each other matches. It's not a good look for the new tag team champions, newly crowned or newly partnered up tag champs. Doesn't look great, but I mean we'll see what happens at Evolution, I guess. But yeah,
the best thing was Asuka's spinning punch, and then she does like a spin kick.
She went ape shit when she came down. She did so several things that were she was like everybody was kung fu fighting. She was kicking the shit out of everyone. It was really good to see. I definitely enjoyed that.
So now we come into Squashamania for the next like 3 matches. Sami Zayn gets attacked by Cross with a metal pipe, fights Breaker.
Brutally
even Breaker's spears look sloppy. Squash.
Yeah. Now, before we go any further, and maybe you're deliberately ignoring this because of evidence. But we had a bit of American-made backstage segment, and they were confused that El Grande Americano was in a match that night, and they're like, "Why?" And Brutus goes, "Because Chad's hurt."
But he's an idiot. Is that proof?
He gets a smack upside the head from Ivy Nile.
How is that proof? We're looking at a guy that can't read, probably. What are we talking about?
That's probably fair.
Just because El Grande is slimmed up a bit and grown, what's the problem?
He's grown an extra foot.
But he probably went to a chiropractor and got his spine fixed up.
Is that why he's thinner now, too? It's half the size and twice as tall.
Have you never been to a chiropractor?
I have.
I don't think so.
I do. I'm still fat.
They might have said they were a chiropractor. I think it was just some dude that wanted to touch you.
No one wants to touch me. I mean, I did pay him. Damn it. You bastard. So yeah,
he cracked my asshole. How'd that happen?
So yeah, after the squishy squash sloppy match that was Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker, during the commercial break, because we got Netflix and we don't get commercials or ads. During that break, New Day came out wearing all black. They're in mourning from their tag team titles.
I saw that.
They got veils on, and it's just so ridiculous.
That was really funny.
Ridiculous.
Really funny, actually.
And later on, they're backstage, and Becky walks up to them. She's like, "I'm sorry for your loss." Shakes her hand. So sorry for your loss. Shakes her hand. Like she totally played it up.
And I'm so glad you got rid of Big E. That guy was a jerk.
So good.
We're seeing the best Becky Lynch we're ever going to see. And speaking of Becky
Yeah, out she
promo
comes.
time. And then Bayley and Valkyria come out, but Becky does say that those two are working together because they beat each other. So why do they get a match? They did beat each other, and why can't she pick her opponent?
I mean,
she made some good points.
I hate
Is this
that
a conspiracy?
She made good points, but she did make good points because everyone else is picking their opponent.
Like, how low are the statistics on a double pin? How many times have you seen that in your life? Twice?
Not often.
Right?
Not often.
And she understands why she's on Evolution. She's hot. She's in movies, on TV shows. She's very popular. So she can understand the reasoning behind being forced to fight these two people who both lost. That was a pretty good promo. Valkyria wants to rescue the champion from a couple psychopaths. I really loved how Becky Lynch was instigating when Bayley and Valkyria were fighting. That was really good stuff.
Yeah.
She's just like, yeah, well, she really ditched you this time. Just popping in and out. That was probably my favorite promo of both shows. Those guys in the ring bitching at each other.
I did like Bayley's line to Valkyria about, and then you raised her hand like a bitch.
Like a bitch. That was great.
Because she meant like a bitch, not like, oh, she's a bitch. Like she went hard on that one, and
it's like that. Me calling you a bitch. It's more like you're being a bitch. Bucher got Chinese food, and Bucher got a fortune cookie, and it said you were sensitive to everything around you. And I said that fortune cookie just called you a bitch.
Yeah, 100%.
What you mean?
That's exactly it. Exactly it.
Promo of the week.
Yeah, it was a pretty good promo. So up next, I guess Braun Breaker was backstage. He was complaining that Karrion Kross, quote unquote, helped him with Sami Zayn because he thinks he couldn't do it himself, sort of thing.
That was interesting. Is he going to fight him?
I don't know.
I mean, Seth told him not to, which means he's probably going to next week.
Well, I mean, maybe, but that's when Heyman came in and said Zayn's out indefinitely,
right?
Because of his injuries, because he had 3 ribs sticking out of his back. After that last spear. So that brings up the second of the
Squashmania.
The Seth squad with Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso. Which, I mean, it was a 3-minute match. Literally 3-minute.
It was pointless.
Yeah, it was 3 minutes, which ended in a DQ. With Bronson Reed throwing like the announcer's chair at him, not like a folding chair, but like a full
like a
desk chair. An office, which I thought was kind of great, to be honest with you.
That was cool. And he hit him with a couple tsunamis. That was cool, but it was just like
it was pointless match.
It was another in a row squash match, which is pointless. I mean, they're showing their brutality, right? It's almost a building on episode, but it's like every match was kind of like that.
Yeah, and you got to do that every now and then. I get that.
Sure, but every match, I mean, even like El Grande versus Dragon Lee, double stomp by Lee, that was really cool. But another mid match, and that had nothing to do with the Seth stuff. It was just a mid match. I was surprised with Dragon Lee being in there that it was that mid.
Well, Dragon Lee's so good, and El Grande has had a slew of fantastic matches. For some reason, I think growing a foot in height messed up his lucha-ness because it wasn't very good this time.
He also gained a German accent, unbelievably.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just shows because he's around the world all the time, so he gets confused
on
the accent.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you pointed that out. That makes a lot of sense.
He's very, very famous around the world.
Obviously.
I know, we don't understand that. Yada yada. Mid match.
Ludwig Grande, Americano Kaiser. Anyways,
I think it's funny that they're switching them around, but mid. I mean, what the hell? And those two, like, we've seen Ludwig put on amazing matches, but I don't know. Mid match, it was just like, what's going on tonight? And then we get the Gunter. Was there something in between that I forgot? You keep on bringing up shit I forget all the fucking time. So what the fuck did I fucking forget? For fuck's sake.
No, we can go ahead. We can go ahead with Gunter to say that,
what did I miss? Was there something in the middle?
Goldberg's
I was watching your lip tingle. I figure you wanted to bring something up that happened in the middle. Are you frozen?
Nope, no, you're good.
All right.
You're good.
All right. I mean, Goldberg coming out might be pop of the week. They were pretty loud for Goldberg.
They were pretty loud for Goldberg, and that was a sweet ride he pulled up in.
That was a pretty cool ride. Why did he fly in like that, though? Is it just like that's how tough guys drive?
Apparently.
It's like Goldberg comes in doing donuts. He's 60 years old. You know he's following the laws of the streets.
That's fair.
It was weird that he came in like that. He could have just drove it in fast and stopped fast. Did he have to do the burnouts?
Yes.
In that car, I guess.
Did. Of course. I was going to say, look at what he was driving. Yes, of course. So, yeah, I mean, Goldberg wanted to fight right there and then.
He threw his one punch, took the champ down.
So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't, it could go a couple of ways. Gunther should win against Goldberg, in my opinion, because Gunther is in his prime and Goldberg is 97 years old. But I could also see it going down where maybe Goldberg wins and Seth comes down to cash out.
Yeah.
So Goldberg can go out on a high with the belt, and then Seth can take it over right away.
I mean, otherwise, what are they going to do? Like, they're going to give Goldberg Cena story for just that night where he's retiring with the belt?
Yeah, no. You can't do that. That's silly.
It's all stupid.
Both belts.
I'm so sick of retirement shit. I'll be glad after Saturday when one of them's done. Which I'm watching. And then we got another squash, Penta and
Seth. Now, this wasn't as bad. It went a little longer. It was almost 14 minutes.
Seth had a pretty good frog splash. That extension.
Right, that was a really good frog splash. I thought they worked pretty good together. I thought that was a pretty decent match. And I was even more surprised that, the interference train didn't come rolling down. I was kind of expecting, the Bronze to come down before the match was over. To clean house or to help Seth, but he didn't. I thought it was really good. Penta got his Penta driver out, and he got the Canadian Destroyer, Mexican Destroyer out. I thought it was really, really good. He gave him a good match. It was a good main event match.
I was expecting a little more.
You're expecting a little bit more.
I was expecting a little more with those two. I was excited for that match.
I'd give it a B minus, maybe a B.
It's a C minus best.
No, wasn't that bad.
Maybe a hard C. A hard C.
I also, because I love Penta, I was happy that it was main eventing against someone like Seth Rollins.
Well, it's great for him. The match wasn't bad, but
now after everything was all said and done, that's when they called down the Bronze. LA Knight sneaks out from the crowd and BFT's Seth, and then takes off through the crowd and again. So
that was fun. So really, the only good match was the Penta match, right? I mean, we had a couple good promos in there, but on Raw, I don't feel like any match was good except for that one. And now, again, it was a good match, but it wasn't stellar.
Yeah,
they could have stellared it up and saved the show. It wasn't stellar.
No,
it was okay.
I would like to see them do that in the same way with Axiom or Fraxium versus Andrade and Rey Fenix. Penta versus Seth. I would like to see them go at a pay-per-view, like a
100%.
A PLE, right? I think because the moves and the chemistry and the matches are there. Just put them on a pay-per-view, let them go all out.
Yeah,
right.
Give them 25 minutes.
Yeah, give them another.
Get them in a cage.
Yeah, give them another gear to shift into, and I think all those people I just mentioned would have a way better match.
Great Mexican Destroyer he got off though. That was awesome. So overall, I mean, the two shows went D plus. I mean, they're okay, but like having 3 matches on Raw that were shit. I don't know. It hurt. It was a hard watch. Raw was a hard watch.
It was.
That
It was.
and that Tiffy promo was one of the worst I've ever seen in my life.
SmackDown, yeah, that was pretty
On SmackDown, it was terrible.
Yeah,
so
not a great week for wrestling.
Give us better. Do better. Okay, we spent a lot of time on this shit. Do better. I don't want people to die, but do better. Look at the Sheamus Rusev match last week. It was a spot attack. No, it was a great story with lots of hard hits. Not everything needs to be as big as big.
Yeah.
And it just fucking falls flat on their face. They just have to have some matches. Do some matches. Yeah. Get Uncle Howdy in some matches. Get Rowan in some matches. Not these two other idiots, but I guess they're the young ones.
Yeah, the potential's there, but we're just, I don't know. I feel like everyone's phoning it in.
Last 2 weeks too, because like last week it was the Raw after Saudi Arabia. I mean, it was hard to blame them because they were back from Saudi Arabia, so I didn't even blame them that bad. Yeah. I'm like, they're tired, right? Like Michael Cole by the end of that felt like he was falling asleep. I mean, the guy's doing everything. I love that Corey Graves is back on Raw. I love Wade Barrett. I love that Pat McAfee might be quitting wrestling. I love it. Get the hell out of here. He says he's not making enough money or something.
What?
Now I'm hearing. This is something I've read. I don't know if it's rumor or not, but he doesn't think the compensation meets what he's doing.
Said he was tired.
That's what they're saying out. It sounds like that's just what they're saying. They're probably negotiating. Is really crazy. What's going on. Because he makes $17 million a year outside of wrestling. So I don't know what he expects wrestling to pay him, but
that's what really he makes 17 million.
Yeah,
outside of
his
wrestling?
podcast is huge, dude, and he works for ESPN and stuff. He works for the NFL as well, right?
Right.
Like he's got a lot of gigs, and NFL is the biggest sport in America, like in North America. So if you're working for the NFL, you're making top dollar.
Yeah.
Like the cheapest punter is like probably making as much as like one of the top NHLers, right? They're making millions of dollars.
That's crazy.
Right? Maybe mid NHL or whatever. Like Austin Matthews is making $17 million a year. That's chump change when it comes to even baseball. Baseball and football, man, those guys are making 20, 30, like guys I've never heard about getting $100 million contracts. It's like, what the hell's going on? But it's just what it is. It makes more money.
Yeah.
So my point is he's making a lot of money, so he wants more money to continue doing this. I think he should be a special event guy.
Yeah,
because when you see him all the time, the shine rubs off, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about everything?
I mean, you pretty much covered it. I mean, these were not the best shows or anything like that.
Get it together. And the Evolution run-up is one of the worst pay-per-view run-ups ever.
Yeah,
it's all Saturday Night Main Event.
Super disappointing.
Why is Evolution on the same weekend as Saturday Night Main Event? They're burying it.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
You get Goldberg's last match. They're burying it.
Yeah.
And then they're making matches like the week of. I don't understand what the hell is going on. Maybe they should call Vince. I mean, I don't want him back in, but just maybe how do you? Should we take longer to maybe promote these matches? Like,
how do you build a show?
How do you shit on people's heads and make them sit there for you? But I mean, he's the best promoter ever. I mean, he knew how to promote. He didn't rush stuff as much, right? And that's WWE was like Cody Rhodes is like a year story.
Yeah. Roman
Reigns, like these are long storylines that worked, and they're not doing that like at all. Everything's short term right now.
Oh, you cut out. I can now, yeah. You cut out for a second there.
You hear me?
Yep.
All right. So my headset died. So in conclusion, do better.
Do better. Be better, people.
I have like 3 words to say. The goddamn headset dies. That's a euphemism for how good Raw was.
Just died disappointingly.
It barely edged me.
Before the end.
Barely. Very frustrating.
Well, then, allow me to say this has been KayFabe Wrestling Talk, the way wrestling is supposed to be talked about. That's why you come here, for Nick Hanlon's professional and what he believes is accurate opinion. And if you don't agree with Nick, you're probably wrong. That's Handsome Nick Hanlon. I'm Matthew Barnaby, and we will see you on the Sunset Flip side.
Like and subscribe. All right. Hey.